Welcome back. I'm speaking this week with Jamie Siminoff. He is the founder of Ring. He's a vice president at Amazon these days, and his new book is out November 10th. It's called Ding Dong: How Ring Went from Shark Tank Reject to Everyone's Front Door. Here you had these 5 sharks who all passed, with the exception of Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, who came up with one of his crazy royalty deals. But I want to mention one person in particular, because this book has a ton of fun celebrity cameos. There's Shaq going to a Best Buy store. There's a chance meeting with Richard Branson in an elevator that didn't really come to fruition until years later. I mean, it's some fascinating stuff. But the celebrity who gets mentioned most in this book is Mark Cuban. And there was something that he said to you during your original Shark Tank pitch for DoorBot that clearly touched a nerve with you. He said, quote, "When I jump in, I've got to add enough value that this company worth 7 million could be worth 80 million, 90 million. I just don't see that progression. And for that reason, I'm out." That's my catchphrase around the house, by the way. And for that reason, I'm out. But as I was reading the book, it struck me that the subtitle of this book almost could have been "Mark Cuban was wrong."
Maybe I should switch it. I actually like. I didn't even think that subtitle. I like that subtitle.
I counted, and you brought that up 6 more times in the book.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure people didn't miss it. I wanted to make sure they didn't miss it.
So obviously you've been vindicated, but how much did that rejection and specifically his words fuel you over the years?
So they certainly, listen, over the years, it definitely, it's been fun because, when things age poorly like that, it's always fun. When you're told something like that, yeah, of course it's great. Like, it was like he was off by a magnitude, and that's awesome. But what's amazing, and this is what was fun about going back in the book, is when we were launching, DoorBot and then Ring, I would go to parties, my wife and I go to a party and we meet someone and they're the couple, and what do you do? What do you do? And I'd say, "Oh, I make doorbells." And they'd start laughing because they thought it was funny. They thought it was like literally I was joking with them. My wife would like kick me and be like, "Stop it." Like, stop. But I'm like, but it was so, the doorbell was so ridiculous that to defend Mark is the idea that a doorbell could be the largest home security company in the world is like, it was ridiculous, which is, by the way, if I found anything in life, is the things that are ridiculous are the things that break out. But that was, yeah, I think so. So I guess, to be fair to him, and by the way, like, he, having now been a shark, the person comes on, you don't know anything, they pitch, you have to give them a quick opinion. But I had really thought Mark was going to invest. He went out so quickly when we were pitching, and I for sure thought he was going to invest. And I was like, it probably was a second, but like literally my brain exploded when he said that statement. My entire body died for I stopped living for a second, for sure.
It's amazing. I went back and watched the video right before we started talking here today. You can see like the blood draining out of your face. I'm dead. He was the tech guy. Why would he not invest in this? But you explain it and you give it good context in the book. Like, he had just made some record-setting deal, like literally the segment before. You are pretty fair to him, I have to say.
Because I think, but you have to be. It's like, it is a show. He only had a few minutes. Up until that point at Shark Tank, like, the deals above $100,000 were like crazy. Like, they weren't happening. All of a sudden, the same day, the person who films right before me does $2 million that Mark puts in, which is like for that time was like insane. Below off the record. And then the next thing that comes in is $700,000. So it was like, I do think he was nuked when I came in. Like, I don't think I stood a chance no matter what. He also didn't, he had no context. And by the way, it was DoorBot I was pitching. It didn't have motion detection. It didn't have, so you couldn't see exactly where the product was going. And I think, it's fun to look back. It shows that my timing was so lucky with how I launched, because it was right at that moment where people could kind of start to see this was something that would be working, but before they could see it. So I wasn't too late and I wasn't too early. I was like looking back, I could not have hit it more accurately. And again, I'll call that luck. I'm not that smart.